Right on the button. To a railroad man, that sound is like a word from home, especially if he's no longer working for the railroad. Tonight, our story is about a wonderful old fellow who claimed he used to work for the Santa Fe, the Rock Island, and the Union Pacific. But almost no one in town believed him. That is, until the World Series of 1912. You remember who won that series? The Golden Key, starring Joe E. Brown.
Mark Ward? Well, the Red Sox have some hitting.
Sure, the Red Sox have got the hitting, but nobody hits Matty in the Rube.
I tell you, that series won't go 5 games. Horace, if you want my boy, he's out back in the yard.
No, thank you, Mr. Evans. I saw Tommy already.
I know who he's looking for, old Downhill, right, Horace? The way these kids go for old down and outers.
Not my boy. He knows the kind of people you have to cultivate in the hotel business.
Hello, Mr. Hill.
Well, hiya, Cub. What are you doing around here?
Just visiting. Got any baseball cards?
Well, now, let me see. Don't think I've bought any jelly beans lately. Well, now, what do you know? How did that ever get in my pocket? I'm the guy that put the skids under Skidoo. Got that one? There you are.
Thanks, Mr. Hill.
Always glad to oblige.
Got any baseball cards?
Well, I got a Rube Marquardt.
Well, I got a Rube Marquardt. Maybe I can trade it.
All right, it's back in the room. I'll get it for you in just a little while. You better go back there now. Old Evans don't like me doing nothing on his time but work. Go ahead, I'll get it for you in just a minute.
Skedaddle. Hiya, Skinny. Hi, Stinky. My name's Tommy. And mine's Horace. Where are you going, to see that old broken-out liar again? Mr. Hill, isn't any lie. He said he worked on the railroad. He never worked on any railroad at all. He did, too. He worked on the Santa Fe and the Rock Island and the Union Pacific. Oh, how come he ain't doing it now? What's he doing here? Mr. Hill is retired. Ho, ho, ho. This is his hometown. He comes from here. When people retire, that's what they do. They come home. You ever see a railroad man retire so young? Maybe Mr. Hill was sick. Ho, ho, ho. Well, maybe he had an accident. Maybe they retired him. My father says Earl Hill is just no bum who never worked on the railroad at all. Your father don't know everything. You call my father a liar?
Hey, wait a minute here. I'm all through now, Cub. Come on in and I'll give you the card. Hey, Tommy, your father's looking for you. You better hop to it. He's got that look in his eye. Here you are, Cub. I'm sorry it ain't the one you wanted.
It's all right, Mr. Hill.
Time for the northbound freight. There she is, right on the button.
Mr. Hill?
Listen to them gondolas rolling. It's an old 6-0 and she's hauling jack.
When you worked on the railroad, did you ever have an accident?
Nope, I was an A #1 brakeman, Cub. Always with the best.
Well, were you ever sick?
No, never sick a day in my life. I'm as healthy as a horse.
Guess I'd better get on back to supper.
No, wait a minute, Cub. You've got a lot of time. Hey, did I ever tell you the story about the time that I was braking behind a couple of 210-2 engines with 2 front truck wheels? 10 drivers and 2 trailing truck wheels. First one of its kind in the West. I was the biggest man in town that night, next to the engineer.
You told me that one, Mr. Hill.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you another one. Wait a minute, Cub. I got a slew of them.
I gotta get on back.
Well...
Mister, what about that medicine you've been taking?
That, well... I use that to keep from getting sick.
Hey, Tommy, is it true? Of course it's true. My father arranged it. He and Mr. Reddock put up $50 each. You mean we're going to have the World Series right in this town? We ain't going to hear it,
All right, boys, up she
stupid.
goes.
Man on the telegraph's can hear it. Then he'll tell us.
Hey.
That's what the $100 is for.
good, huh?
To pay the telegraph operator. He's coming all the way from Sioux City. Well, when's he coming? The series starts tomorrow. They're expecting him any time today. My father's getting his room ready. The best room in the house. The $5 room? Wow.
Earl Hill. Where in tarnation is that man? Well, that room has to be aired out. The bed has to be pulled down. Earl Hill!
And the lifeboat! Women and children first!
Oh, no.
He's drunk again. Old Downhill's drunk again. He thinks he's on the Titanic.
We'll be at the bottom of the ocean in 20 minutes. Women and children first. Stand back. Let that lady in the lifeboat, you cur.
This is the end. I'm not going to put up with him anymore. Tommy, go get the sheriff. I'll let him rot in jail this time.
Lower away. Hey, Cub, you better get in one of those lifeboats right away. We're sinking fast.
Yes, Mr. Hill. If you put him in jail, he'll miss the series, Mr. Evans.
Well, it'll teach him a lesson. Now I have to air that room out myself, you drunken bum.
It wasn't my fault. We hit an iceberg.
Why is he so concerned with the Titanic? He didn't know anybody on her.
Who knows what the crazy old fool's concerned with? Drunken disorderly, Matt. Put him under arrest.
Sure thing, Bill. Come on down. Let's go.
I'll come and tell you what's happening in the series, Mr. Hill.
Thank you, Cub. We'll fix them. You just wait. We'll fix them.
He's here. Mr. McLean?
That's right.
This is a great pleasure, sir. It's a real honor, a real honor.
Where are you setting up my equipment?
Right here in the center of the lobby. We have the wires strung and everything.
I'll need a caller, of course. My agreement is I simply copy the report. Someone else has to call it out when I give it to him.
Well, I'll do that.
You know baseball?
Why, yes, sirree, Mr. McLean. Why?
How many games did Bedient win for Boston this season?
Well, I don't rightly know. but-
You don't know baseball.
I know the man who does, Mr. Hill. He knows baseball better than anybody in this town.
Yeah, what about this man Hill?
Oh, well, he knows baseball all right.
And get him.
Well, get him. Oh, go get him! He's a bit of a drinker, old Hill, and we have to lock him up sometimes for his own protection.
That's no skin off of my back. I do not pay the caller. You do. All I want is a good man. What's your name, partner?
Horace Jenkins.
Horace Jenkins. Horace, how would you like to take this quarter? Go over there to the counter and get me a couple of 2-quarter cigars.
2 for a quarter?
Right the first time.
I want to talk to you, Mr. McLean, about this fella Hill. He's a bit of an old liar, you know. He's liable to talk your ear off. Now, I'll give him a good warning.
I understand you need a man who knows something about baseball.
Now,
Earl Hill, I'll be doggone.
Ed McLean. Well, I'm John Brown, but ain't old Ed McLean. I'm sorry, Ed.
That's all right, Ed. You're looking fine.
you mean you two know each other?
Know each other, Lord, yes. We worked on the same railroad. We sure got around a lot together, didn't we, Earl?
Yes.
Earl here was the only man to break a train out of San Francisco after the earthquake.
Here are your cigars, Mr. McLean.
Well, now, thank you kindly, partner.
Oh, thank you, Ed.
You know, this young man here is a friend of yours. He stuck up for you, real firm.
Yes, and he's going to make a railroad man, too, Ed.
Earl, let's go on up to my room where we can talk better. Come here, partner. Tell you what I want you to do. Take these 2 wagon wheels, see, and go over and get Mr. Hill a clean shirt and a pair of socks and bring him right up to my room. What's my suite number?
214, Mr. McLean.
214 on the double. Well, let's go. We got a lot to talk about.
Drones. Hands off, Stinky.
And you didn't come down here because you were sick or anything?
No, I was born here, Ed. I came back after Alice died. And I sort of got down here and just stayed. You know how it is.
Yeah. You ever thought of going back?
Ed, I don't know whether I can. I've been blackballed on every line in the country.
Oh, you just hit it up a bit heavy, that's all, but you haven't been blackballed. You know, Earl, they're just begging for breaking.
They are?
Come in. Well, partner.
Here are the shirt and socks, Mr. McLean.
Well, that's fine.
And here's the change.
Now, you keep that. Oh, yes. You take a good look at that key, son. That tells you that I am an A number 1 telegrapher, drunk or sober.
Golly. Gosh.
I got a Cincinnati-Boston wire.
Yeah?
That was Heck Newton sending. You remember old Heck?
Heck Newton.
I told him you were here.
Yeah?
Yeah, he says you owe him $3 from the old Denver days.
What a memory.
Yeah. Wait a minute. He also says that job is open for you anytime you want it on the B&O. The game is about to begin. Now, I don't want anybody by that telegraph table, except my caller. Oh, yes, and this young man right here. You can sharpen the pencils for me. There's Hank. He says it's coming through right now.
Well, play ball.
Here we go.
Play ball. All right. Here are the lineups for the 1912 World Series. For the New York Giants, leading off, Josh DeVore, lefty. Doyle. My throat is so dry, I can hear my tonsils rattle.
Only one more game. It's got to be with a series tied 3-3.
Well, thank the Lord for small favors, Cub.
Earl, game's about to begin.
Oh.
Ought to be finished in time for me to catch the Southern Special, I figure.
Oh, the special doesn't stop here, Mr. McLean.
Well, now, partner, when you're an A number 1 telegrapher, she stops wherever you are. Have you thought about coming back with me? You know, that job is still open on the B&O.
Well, I don't know, Ed. Tell the truth, I don't know whether I could make it anymore.
Man's got to do the job he's cut out for, Earl. You're a railroad man. I'll be waiting for you out in the lobby.
You wouldn't go, would you, Mr. Hill? If you stay, I bet they'd treat you better, now that they know you really did work on the railroad.
Well, that ain't the whole of it, Cub.
Well, this is your hometown. Where you come from. You wouldn't want to leave your home, would you?
Man's got to do the job he's cut out for. The only thing I don't know is whether I'm still cut out for it or not. I ain't stood up to anything in a long time. Well, let's get out and see how the Giants make out in this big game. All right now, series is tied up at 3 games each. This is the deciding game, and the score at the bottom of the 10th is tied 1-all. One man out, and the Red Sox at bat. Matty is still in there. Yerkes is on third, and the first pitch to Gardner is a strike. Call!
Matthewson will get him out of there, you can take my word.
I just hope they can finish this game before it gets too dark to play anymore.
If they call this game, I won't be able to stand it. I just won't.
I feel the same.
It's getting dark. Time is called, while the umpires get together to talk about something.
They won't call the game, you can take my word.
I just couldn't stand another game. I just couldn't.
Well, they're not going to keep it. They can't keep it.
Come on, Hill. What happened to Gardner?
Just a
What's
minute.
taking you so long?
Just a minute now.
Oh, come on and tell us.
What's he holding things up there for?
Oh, please tell us.
What, did he get a hit or what? Well, what in Sam Hill is taking you so long?
Maybe he's drunk again.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Come on,
let's have it here.
You boy, he been at that bottle again?
No, sir.
Well, he probably sneaked a few. We should never have let him call.
I don't know.
Come on, what happened? Well, read it, you fool!
Did they call the game? Is it over?
Well, did somebody win or did they call it?
Well, come on, you broken down fool. Read the paper.
You drunken old bum, you! What happened?
I ain't gonna tell you.
You what?
Find out for yourself. I ain't gonna tell you.
You took it down. What happened?
Yes, I took it down, but that doesn't mean I remember what I took down. Earl's the only one who knows.
I'll have you arrested.
Now, Bill. Now, Earl, come on. Now, tell us what happened, huh? I tell you what, I'll pay you $10. 15? 20?
I'll beat him to death.
Now, Earl, you know everybody here everybody's your friend. We all went to school together, remember?
Oh, yes, I remember.
Who was it took you out of the gutter? Huh? That's what I'd like to know. Who gave you a job?
You did, Bill. And I thank you, one and all. Take a second for me to pack, Ed. I'm going on that special with you.
Hey, look, he's going to let them go right on through. Why doesn't the sheriff do something about that?
I'll pay you $50 more.
Save your money, I don't know.
Now, if you had a telephone in your store, we could call Cincy and find out who won that game. You know that, don't you?
If I had a telephone, why, if anybody needs a telephone right now, you old skinflint, it's you.
Whose idea was it to bring him down here?
Now, you're not going to blame this on me, you...
All right, Ed.
Quite a game, eh, boys?
Well, well, Cub, I just wanted to say goodbye.
You can go now, can't you?
You're pretty smart for a little tyke. It's sure been nice getting acquainted with you.
Sure was, Mr. Hill.
Well, better hurry, Earl.
Hey, Cub, would you like to hear how the game came out?
Uh-huh.
Well, Just remember, Cub, I'm the guy that took a tuck in Kentucky.
Did he tell you, Horace? Do you know what happened? Yep. Well, gee, ain't you gonna tell us, Horace? I'll give you all my baseball cards. All of them? And I'll give you all my Omni guys. Every single one? Well, every single one. And, of course, you admit you were wrong about Mr. Hill.
Well, every man has a right to be wrong once in his life, and I was wrong about Hill.
Well, Gardner hit a long fly to score Yerkes in with the winning run. The Red Sox won the series.
Oh!